Wow, this video is so long overdue, but I'm so happy to be here. As you see from this title, it's probably something like, girl, where have you been? That's a really good question. Yeah. Let's rewind a little bit and talk about where I've been, because we have a lot to discuss. What have I been up to in these past few years? Wow. That's quite a question. So here it was, the trajectory. I think my last video I posted was probably like 2.5 years since I had my locks, and I was in a good place with them. They were thriving, they were beautiful. I will insert some clips so you could see for yourself. The ropes were thriving. However, I was going through a lot of emotional labor, and a lot of things were changing. And the C word came around. The panty that we're still in was just blooming, and it was just a lot. I left New York and I came down to live with my parents. At the time, there were no locks on YouTube that looked like mine. Like, a lot of the locks online a few years ago were, just medium size, maybe small, micro locks. There wasn't a lot of chunky lock people online. There are a lot more now, and I love to see it. But when I was coming up in my lock game, my first lock journey, as you can see, I'm on my second set, and we'll get to that. But when I was coming up, I couldn't find anyone with my hair type. I have so much hair, it made sense to do thicker locks because I didn't want to be walking around with hundreds and hundreds of locks in my head, because that's just too much. But yeah, my lock journey was beautiful, and I'm so glad that I put it out there, because so many people still comment on these videos. So many people watch those videos. It's really beautiful, and I have no regrets. And I've just been silent for so long because so many things have occurred. If you don't know what I do professionally, I am a musician, singer. I am a composer of music, vocal producer. All of my info's in the bio if you want to check me out, or if you already know what time it is. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following me on my journey. Life happens. If you follow me on Instagram, or you're on my, subscribe to my newsletter, you're familiar with my website, which is all down in the description box below if you're interested, then you already know what I've been going through, what I've been doing, what I do professionally. If you're new here, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. I am a singer professionally. I worked for the last 7 years or so in music professionally as a background singer for a lot of artists. I've been on stage singing with Stevie Wonder, Sam Smith for many years, John Legend, India.Arie, so many pop artists, a lot of recording sessions, a lot of TV work. Your girl's been doing a lot. You can check out my stuff online if you care to, but I've been in the game for a minute. And I started my locks when I was on tour, so that was very interesting. Feel free, if you haven't seen those videos, I think they're pretty cool. I would document my journey of my locks being in foreign countries, having to maintain my hair by myself, not having a professional do it, having to wash it myself, hoping it wouldn't unravel, having to do my own retwists. Yeah, I'm definitely in a different chapter than I was before the P word started. And I think that's okay, because I think that where I am now and what I'm trying to do with my life and my gifts are very much aligned with the growth that I've been able to overcome. This channel has been about black hair, which I've loved because it is a passion of mine. As passionate as I am around my music and performing and singing and teaching music and composing music, I am very passionate about black hair care. I just think black hair is the most beautiful, malleable, versatile, just a reflection of Mother Nature, and it's just limitless. We can do so much with our hair, and I've always loved hair, and I've always loved to be able to do my own hair. And this lock journey that I had gone through was one that I chose intentionally because I didn't get locks until I was ready. And as you saw, the journey was very flourishing for me. What shifted? So, went through a breakup that happened really abruptly and traumatically for me. And then it was like, I was trying to find my way after the breakup. I was taking back the reins on my health and wellness and what that looked like for me in practice. So much transitioning was happening. And then, bam, the C word came around. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And just so many changes were happening. I was like, oh my gosh. Ended up leaving New York after like 7 years and came down to live with my parents. I came down here and I was feeling good. I felt like, you know, it was like about a year and change since my breakup, and I was feeling better about myself, feeling more active, feeling more intentional about movement and, you know, lifestyle around what wellness and self-care looks like for me personally. And I was in a good place. I came down here and I felt like I was starting a new chapter. But then not working for a longer period of time than I expected forced me to stop, as it forced everyone to stop. The panty forced everyone to stop, like a halt. And once I was able to sit with my feelings, a lot rose to the surface. Unhealed traumas, me thinking I was over the heartbreak of my relationship, self-worth, and just so many issues that I needed to face. And, you know, was doing for so many years was, you know, traveling as a touring singer. You're on the road most of the year and you're traveling from city to city, state to state, country to country, time zone to time zone. You're living your life, you're just doing your thing, and it doesn't leave much room for pause and reflection and solitude. And in my solitude, I was realizing, ooh, homegirl got some work to do. I got some work to do. Went through a lot down here when I first got down here, and I'm grateful for this time because I feel like it's allowed me to look in the mirror. It's allowed me to reflect on who Kris Brooks is in her own artistry, not singing for all of these big names, but who Kris Brooks is as an artist in her own right. And I felt like everything was pushing me into this new chapter, but my locks felt stagnant to me. They felt like it was the piece that was still here from time past. It was like my past that was on my head. The energy, the thing is, I don't know how many of you are watching that have locks, but if you know someone who's spoken about energy of locks, like locks hold a lot of energy. And a lot of times when people get rid of their locks, they cut them off because they need to release the energy of what's being held onto them. Sometimes it becomes a burden if you go through something, or the journey, the cycle of having them has ended. You know, there's different people have different relationships with their locks, and I felt that my locks served me very well, and I felt like it was time to let them go. So I one day decided, because one thing about me, once I make a decision, we going with it. Ain't no going back, ain't no, well, nah. I make a decision, it's like, it's happening. So I was like, I want to shave my head just to have no hair, just serving face, serving this clear skin, serving black don't crack. and I loved it. I cut my hair off, went to the barber, got a shape up, got a taper. I loved it, and then I ended up dyeing it. And then I had my like moment with it, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm over it. I'm ready to grow it back. And so I grew it back, and then I started playing around with crochet, and then I started doing box braids, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my locks again. So here we are, however many, almost 2 years later since I cut my hair off to today filming this video, and I, as you see, have started locks again. And yes, of course, I am going to be documenting the whole journey, and I hope to have these locks for many years to come. I'm committed to the journey, and I think what's going to be different second time around is knowing what I'm getting myself into. I'm definitely going to be approaching some things differently. And so I hope that you stay with me on this journey of my new lock chapter, my new starter locks. I did film the whole thing, so let's get into the direction of my channel moving forward. Okay, this channel I started over a decade ago about natural hair, which is still a passion of mine, as you know. And moving forward, I do want to make more hair videos. Also, in this new chapter of my life of stepping out into my own solo artistry, working on my EP, I do have a single that's out now. Everything is linked below. And I just want to show more of me. I want to talk more. I think a platform that I'm obsessing over right now is TikTok. And please do, if you're on, check out my content. I have so much fun. I started taking it seriously maybe a month ago, and I've been doing pretty well on the app. I still love my Instagram family, my Instagram community, and I am tapping in there as well. So whatever you prefer, just, you know, lock in with me on either of those platforms, and let's get this thing going. But I think there's something for everybody with my content. I have so many different interests, and I feel like TikTok's like the full range of who I am, as well as obviously this YouTube channel, and Instagram is a little bit more curated. So depending on your vibe, you can check out, see which one fits your vibe best, and maybe we could link there. But yeah, I'm gonna start vlogging again. I would love to see, I just wanna share like what it's like for an artist to be performing at such high caliber with high caliber artists and events and TV award shows, traveling the world as a Black woman, doing that for so many years, and then literally doing nothing, sitting in my parents' home, starting over and stepping out as a solo artist. I'm so excited. I have some great things in the works. Yeah, I've already started vlogging and editing those videos. So I have like a couple vlogs that are gonna drop. Well, actually one vlog is gonna drop before I get my hair done. So you'll see what my mindset is, how I feel being down here, being out of New York, not being there full time anymore, and finding my way. And I think, you know, this panorama has allowed us to reset and reprioritize, and realizing how important rest is, how important health is, that these corporations don't really care about us, and that we need to adjust accordingly and put our stock into ourselves, rather an institution that doesn't serve us, that doesn't care about us, and finding my place within it all. If you want a little preview, maybe I'll put a preview in here so you can see your girl got her locks done. I absolutely am obsessed. Let me just give you a little vibe. They're gonna be thick again, because look at the parts. I don't know if you could tell, but these are a little bit, these are brick parting. Like last time I did triangles, and it was cute in the beginning, but triangles is not sustainable for me. So I got brick, and I wanted a middle part and I wanted side part. So Nico hooked me up, and I look forward to, I don't know, just seeing where this channel goes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.